站着我这儿了，这是。
要不然站那儿去。
哎，那是这儿。
他那手机。
你这一贴身感觉。我让你们那小孩往前移了点，要不然在后边他这场景开不进，就点进去了。啊，我们都没敢动，那你是兄弟动的，我给他叫过来。
特别好。
哎，镜头进来了。进来了，我这黄酒。我们在你搁这边来讲，他是我这黄酒。
我给你留份儿，把这个往这边抹抹吧。我也得拍照啊，这你得拍照，你不是往高的拍吗？这打上我是吧？
进去国旗，咱全满台，进大旗，咱全满台。哎，这样行，你这样还过。不见。我让全满台，进大旗。那个那儿有一直播。对。不是，他刚才过的时候，他刚才一过了，你也对，这样行吧？机器没动，他人。我实在没看到，所以我这就跟你说，肯定没看到。你上边进去了，关键是啊，对，我们都得这么拍，要不然传信太靠后了。还有人对你踢，我说这什么踢车吗？
人一多就乱。
咱们上来就讲，说有人找来就好，咱们的谢谢。他不管你这个。一会儿等开讲了，你这上面一个空的，大小人。
好嘞，没问题，谢谢。
对。
主要今儿人多，要不一开始的话，可能不一定看镜头，到后边对，后边就都没事儿。
对，是，肯定是都低头看哪儿。
对。
那瞧瞧这个摆弄，哪里去？
等人出来再看。电池本身就不便宜。也是。
换梯子了吗？没有。三节的不舒服。这个多少钱？
自我安慰了。
那个11年了，那个当时买300块钱吧。但现在清场不要的。哥们儿蹲下啊，我拍几个空镜。好嘞，谢谢。
回头不被人挡死。
第一点啊，我拍几个空镜。好，就是您的不能抬起来。好，整个大概1分钟。好。
会议上，要不然你那个太高了，推往前不行，都得往前推。往前推。一个个的，一个的。
我觉得也是可能的呀。
可以。30点。对。
陆老师，哎，新华社那个，新华社那个，哎，新华社那个，
干啥？
相机放上。
对，相机放下。来，
对，咱等会儿。
我这儿反过来给你。
老哥别让他站起来。他跟这老哥，我得说句话。
他跟您说句话。
哎，老哥，我们这直播，待会儿你别站起来。啊。
你上面骑了，下面就对。
送那个，
对了，这就是您研究业务。
哎，你知道怎么触摸拍照吗？对，没有市场。
邮件，邮件。
对，是办公号，是办公。
4105，好使。
对，我那点架子，上面去了以后再去，去了以后。
不是，你回头伸到哪儿去了？啊，您先伸，那不就我不就跟这儿就完了？您先伸 ，OK 吗？啊，对吧？这，您先伸，
我两辆。
东门西跑。主要是做爱。
在激烈国际竞争中赢得战略主动的需要，是适应我国发展阶段性要求、深入推动高质量的发展的需要，意义重大。建议的起草是在党中央领导下进行的，习近平总书记亲自担任文件起草组组长，亲自擘画，全程指导，把脉定向，发挥了决定性作用。文件起草组认真贯彻习近平总书记重要指示，坚持正确方向，站稳人民立场，注重把握大势，加强战略谋划，尤其是在发扬民主、集思广益、凝聚共识上下足了功夫。我们一共有2轮大的征求意见，第一轮是今年1月22日中共中央发出通知，就研究“十五五”规划建议征求各地区各部门意见。5月份，习近平总书记就“十五五”规划编制工作作出重要指示，强调要坚持科学决策、民主决策、依法决策，以多种方式听取人民群众和社会各界的意见建议，充分吸收干部群众在实践中创造的新鲜经验。习近平总书记率先垂范，亲自主持召开了2场座谈会，分别听取了7个省区市主要负责同志和党外人士的意见，并委托李强总理主持召开3场座谈会，分别听取了经济界、科技界和基层代表的意见。5日至6日，中央有关部门面向全社会组织开展了为期1个月的“十五五”规划编制工作网络征求意见活动，累计收到有效建言311.3万余条。第2轮呢，就是8月4日，这个建议的征求意见稿形成以后啊，党中央将这个征求意见稿印发各地区各部门各有关单位征求意见，共收到修改意见2112条。文件起草组经过深入研究，共吸收修改意见452条，吸收率达到了21.4%。可以说，建议的起草是发扬党内民主和全过程人民民主的又一次生动实践，彰显了以习近平同志为核心的党中央尊重人民理事主席地位，一切为了人民，紧紧依靠人民的坚定政治立场。建议嘛即将发布，这个建议共有15个部分，61条，分3大板块。第一板块是总论，包括第1部分、第2部分，主要阐述“十四五”时期我国发展取得的重大成就，抓好“十五五”时期经济社会发展的重大意义和总体要求。第2板块从第3部分到第14部分为分论，分领域部署了“十五五”时期的战略任务和重大举措。第3部分是由第3板块是由第15部分和结束日组成的，主要部署了坚持和加强党中央集中统一领导，推进社会主义民主法治建设等任务。全会召开期间，与会同志对建议讨论热烈，给予高度评价，普遍认为建议是我们党历史上又一个重要纲领性文献，指导方针科学精准，发展目标清晰明确，任务举措求真务实，是乘势而上、继续推进中国式现代化的又一次总动员、总部署，必将对党和国家事业发展产生重大而深远的影响。我就介绍这些，谢谢大家。
谢谢江金泉同志。现在请韩文秀同志围绕“十五五”时期形势分析和经济社会发展的指导方针、主要目标以及农业农村等内容做介绍。
大家好， 党的20届四中全会通过的实务规划建议，准确把握我国发展的历史方位，深入分析国际国内形势，明确了“十五五”时期经济社会发展的指导方针和主要目标，擘画了未来5年发展的宏伟蓝图，为深入推进中国式现代化指明了前进方向。下面呢，我对有关内容做一些介绍。第一，关于“十五五”时期我国发展环境的总体判断，建议指出，大国关系牵动国际形势，国际形势演变深刻影响国内发展。我国发展处于战略机遇和风险挑战并存、不确定难预料因素增多的时期。从国际看，世界百年变局加速演进，国际力量对比深刻调整，我国具备主动运筹国际空间、塑造外部环境的诸多有利因素。同时呢，世界变乱交织、动荡加剧，大国博弈更加复杂激烈，外部环境的不确定、不稳定性上升，风险挑战增多。但危中有机，危可转机，我们要发扬历时主动精神，克难关、战风险、迎挑战，确保中国式现代化行稳致远。从国内看，我国经济基础稳，优势多，韧性强，潜能大，长期向好的支撑条件和基本趋势没有变。十五时期，我们既要乘势而上，又要迎难而上，充分发挥中国特色社会主义制度优势、超大规模市场优势、完整产业体系优势、丰富人才资源优势，把各方面优势转化为高质量发展的实际效能。第二，关于十五时期经济社会发展的指导方针，建议强调要全面贯彻习近平新时代中国特色社会主义思想，围绕全面建成社会主义现代化强国，实现第2个100年奋斗目标，以中国式现代化全面推进中华民族伟大复兴，统筹推进5位一体总体布局，协调推进4个全面战略布局，统筹国内国际2个大局，完整、准确、全面贯彻新发展理念，加快构建新发展格局。建议提出了5个以、2个推动、1个确保的要求，就是要坚持以经济建设为中心，以推动高质量发展为主题，以改革创新为根本动力，以满足人民日益增长的美好生活需要为根本目的，以全面从严治党为根本保障，推动经济实现质的有效提升和量的合理增长，推动人类全面发展、全体人民共同富裕迈出坚实步伐，确保基本实现社会主义现代化取得决定性进展。建议指出，“十五五”时期经济社会发展必须遵循6个坚持的原则，即坚持党的全面领导，坚持人民至上，坚持高质量发展，坚持全面深化改革，坚持有效市场和有为政府相结合，坚持统筹发展和安全。建议所明确的指导思想和原则与前几个5年规划一脉相承，又与时俱进、守正创新，具有很强的思想性、战略性、指导性。第三是关于“十五五”时期经济社会发展主要目标，包括7个方面。一是高质量发展取得显著成效，经济增长保持在合理区间，居民消费率明显提高。二是科技自立自强水平大幅提高，重点领域、关键核心技术快速突破， 科技创新和产业创新深度融合。三是进一步全面深化改革，取得新突破，社会主义市场经济体制更加完善，高水平对外开放体制机制更加健全。四是社会文明程度明显提升，文化自信更加坚定，国家软实力持续提高。五是人民生活品质不断提高，高质量充分就业取得新进展，基本公共服务均等化水平明显提升。六是美丽中国建设取得新的重大进展，碳达峰目标如期实现，主要污染物排放总量持续减少。七是国家安全屏障更加巩固，重点领域风险得到有效防范化解。这些目标既催人奋进，又切实可行。相信未来5年，我国包括硬实力和软实力在内的综合国力将持续增强，国际地位将持续提升，人民生活将更加幸福美好，为到2035年基本实现社会主义现代化奠定更加坚实的基础。建议呢，参照以往的惯例，主要提出了定性目标，具体的定量指标和重大工程项目将在“十五规划纲要”中予以明确。这里呢，还专门介绍一下加快农业农村现代化，扎实推进乡村全面振兴。农业农村现代化关系中国式现代化全局和成色，是需要优先补上的最大短板。建议强调，把解决好三农问题作为全党工作重中之重，促进城乡融合发展，加快建设农业强国。一是提升农业综合生产能力和质量效益，要坚持产量产能、生产生态、增产增收一起抓，统筹发展科技农业、绿色农业、质量农业、品牌农业，把农业建成现代化大产业。做好耕地保护和农业科技创新2篇文章，确保中国人的饭碗端牢端稳。二是提高强农惠农富农政策效能，健全财政优先保障、金融重点支持、社会积极参与的多元投入格局，强化价格、补贴、保险等政策支持，持续增加农民收入，持续巩固拓展脱贫攻坚成果。三是推进宜居宜业和美乡村建设，要深入学习运用千万工程经验，分类有序、片区化推进乡村振兴，要以钉钉子精神解决好农村改厕、垃圾围村等问题，逐步提高农村基础设施完备度、公共服务便利度、人居环境舒适度，推动农村基本具备现代生活条件，创造乡村优质生活空间。好，谢谢大家。
谢谢韩文秀同志。现在请郑三杰同志围绕“15·5”时期产业发展、国内市场、区域发展等内容做介绍。
谢谢主持人，大家上午好。建议对“15·5”的经济社会发展做出了全面的部署。下面我就产业、市场、区域这3个方面呢，简要的向大家做一个介绍。第一是产业方面，就是建设现代化的产业体系。中国经济靠实体经济起家，也要靠实体经济走向未来。建议明确把建设现代化产业体系、巩固壮大实体经济根基摆在战略任务的第一条，部署了4个方面的重点任务。我们理解可以从固本升级、 创新育新、扩容提质、强基增效这4个方面呢来把握。固本升级就是要优化提升传统产业。传统产业是当前我国产业体系的基本盘，增加值在制造业中占比80%左右。建议提出了推动重点产业的提质升级，巩固提升化工、机械、造船等行业在全球产业分工中的地位和竞争力，发展先进制造业机型等举措。这将加快推动传统产业质的有效提升和量的合理增长。初步估计未来5年会新增10万亿左右的市场空间，释放出巨大的发展动能和民生的红利。创新育新就是要培育壮大新兴产业和未来产业。2024年我国的3新经济增加值占 GDP 的比重已经超过了18%。建议提出打造新兴支柱产业，加快新能源、新材料、航空航天、低空经济等战略性的新兴产业的集群发展，这将催生出数个万亿级甚至更大
or even larger scale markets. The recommendation also proposed making forward-looking plans for future industries and foster new growth, economic growth points like quantum technology, biomanufacturing, hydrogen energy and nuclear fusion energy, brain-computer interface, embodied intelligence, 6th-generation mobile communication and others. These industries are ready to take off. It means that in the next 10 years, we will build another or even several more high-tech industries in China. And this will inject continuous impetus to our efforts to achieve Chinese modernization. Quality improvement means to promote high-quality, efficient development of the services sector. There is huge space for this to happen in the services sector. The recommendations proposed expanding the capacity and upgrading the quality of the services sector and better integrating modern services with advanced manufacturing and modern agriculture. This will speed up the reshaping of economic ecology and better meet the needs of the people for a better life. It has opened up new space for economic growth, yet another enormous market in China. Foundation reinforcement means to build a modernized infrastructure system. China already has the world's biggest infrastructure network of high-speed rail, expressways, ports, postal delivery, electricity, and broadband connection. The recommendation proposed strengthening the coordination and plans of infrastructure development and front-load the building of new type of infrastructure as appropriate and improve the system of modern comprehensive transport. We will also better leverage the development of Belt and Road Initiative to ensure that infrastructure will play a strong supporting role for our development. Second, we will build a robust domestic market. The economies of major countries are all driven by domestic demand, and the market is the most scarce resource in today's world. A strong domestic demand is a strategic underpinning for Chinese modernization. The recommendation proposed expanding the domestic market as our strategic base. In order to achieve that, we will focus on 3 key areas. First, expand the increased market. We will focus on both boosting domestic demand and consumption and invest both in human capital and physical asset. We will seek upgrade in the consumption of goods and services and increase the participation of private sector in the major project development. Second, improving the efficiency. The expansion of consumption will continue to drive the Chinese economy in an upward trend. Second, increasing efficiency. The fixed asset investment in China has exceeded 50 trillion yuan. But the task of benefiting the people, shoring up weak links, and fostering driving force remains arduous. Particularly, it is important to spend government fund at the most needed areas and on the life of the people. To this end, the recommendations proposed improving the structure of government investment, increasing the investment ratio in livelihood-related fields, and better use all kinds of government investments, so as to ensure full process management of government investment. The leverage role of government investment will increase the efficiency of overall investment. Third, smoothening the economic flow. Only when there is a unified big market can we have a smooth economic flow in the country. The negative list of China has been shortened from the 328 items in the past to 106 items now. 4,200 items that impede the flow of factors of production have been removed, but there are still many obstacles. The recommendations proposed unifying the rules for the basic market institutions, breaking the fragmentation of regional protection and market fragmentation, and crack down on race-to-the-bottom competition. This will effectively remove the obstacles in the markets and release the benefits of the mega-sized market in China. Third, we will promote the coordinated regional development. Since the 18th Party Congress, General Secretary Xi Jinping made a series of new plans on the in-depth implementation of regional development strategies. In the 15th five-year plan period, we will consistently work on its implementation. The recommendations laid down 5 areas of key tasks. I think this can be summarized into 3 focuses. First, focus on improving the regional development landscape. The recommendations established 4 major blocks: the Eastern region, the Central region, the Western region, and Northwestern region. And the 3 major driving forces: the Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei Delta, the Yangtze River Delta, and the Hong Kong, Guangdong, Macau Bay Area. And it is set out to make new progress in 2 green development belts along the Yangtze River and the Yellow River. Hard connections will be coordinated with soft connectivities, and there will be efforts to improve the layout of land distribution. The recommendation proposed strengthening the strategic implementation of the functioning role of different regions and improve strategic industries and energy resource bases. Third, we'll focus on the new type of urbanization. We'll vigorously advance a new type of urbanization with people at its center and vigorously upgrade the urban facilities. There will be enormous domestic demand unleashed from this effort. I'll give you an example. We expect to renovate more than 700,000 kilometers of underground pipelines and networks and increase investment of more than 5 trillion yuan. Third, we will focus on the coordination of the land and the sea. China's marine economy has exceeded 10 trillion yuan. The recommendations propose strengthening the utilization and protection of the marine resources and strengthening the restoration of the maritime ecology and firmly safeguarding our maritime rights and security. This will enhance our efforts to build a better maritime future. In the future, the NDRC will act on the plans of the CPC Central Committee, deliver on the guiding principles of the recommendations, draw up an outline as soon as possible, so that this is a high-quality plan that meets the expectations and leads to the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zheng Shanjie. Now I will give the floor to Mr. Yin Hejun to brief you about science and technology and innovation. Friends from the press, my opening remarks will focus on scientific innovation and developing new quality productive forces. The 20th CPC Party Congress laid out the goal of building China into a strong country in science and technology, and the fourth plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee highlighted the importance of improving self-reliance and strength in science and technology and steered the development of new quality productive forces. This is a major strategic decision made by the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, on the basis of in-depth understanding of prevailing development trends at home and abroad, and a keen grasp of the rules of economic and social development. During the 14th five-year plan period, China's scientific capabilities have been brought to a new level. Fruitful outcomes of scientific innovation has been achieved, and steady progress made in the new quality productive forces development, laying a solid foundation for economic and social development in the 15th five-year plan period. In 2024, across society, R&D investment exceeded 3.6 trillion RMB yuan, up by 48% compared with 2020. In terms of the numbers of papers published in high-level international journals and international patent applications, China has ranked first in the world for 5 years running. China's composite innovation capacity ranking was elevated from the 14th in 2020 to the 10th in 2024. Technological and industrial innovation have been integrated deeply. The value added of large high-tech manufacturing increased by 42% compared with the end of the 13th five-year plan period. In AI, new energy, biotechnology, and other frontier areas, new growth drivers are in the making. Scientific innovation has made the skies bluer and water clearer, provided better health guarantee, and brought greater sense of happiness and gain for the people. Looking ahead for the next 5 years, the recommendations highlighted that Chinese modernization must rely on scientific modernization. During the 15th five-year plan period, we will seize the historic opportunities of the new round of technological revolution and industrial transformation to boost China's strengths in education, science and technology, and human resources in a well-coordinated manner, improve the overall performance of China's innovation system, raise our innovation capacity across the board, promote greater self-reliance and strength in science and technology, and steer the development of new quality productive forces. The recommendations laid out plans from 4 aspects. First, promote advances in the regional innovation and breakthroughs in core technologies in key fields. We will improve the new system for mobilizing resources nationwide. Adopt a whole-of-chain approach so that in integrated circuits, industrial machine tools, high-end instruments, and other key fields, decisive breakthroughs will be made. We will prioritize national strategic needs and deploy and implement a number of major national scientific tasks. We will strengthen the strategic, forward-looking, and systemic planning of basic research and scale up long-term, stable support. We will prioritize original innovation in researches and technological development and produce more landmark, innovative outcomes. Second, promote greater synergy of technological and industrial innovation. We will develop national strategic scientific capabilities in a coordinated manner and enhance systemic capacity for technological breakthroughs. We will strengthen the guarantee of basic scientific conditions at home, improve regional innovation systems, move faster to effectively apply scientific outcomes, and better protect intellectual property rights. We will reinforce the principal role of enterprises in innovation, support enterprises in taking the initiative to form innovation consortium and undertake more national tasks for technological breakthroughs. We will nurture leading high-tech enterprises, support new and high-tech businesses, and the development of science-tech SMEs, and increase the proportion of R&D expenses eligible for weighted deduction. We will nurture a culture of innovation and foster a globally competitive and open innovation ecology. Third, make synergized progress in education, science and technology, and talent. We will put in place a coordination mechanism for synchronized advances and promote greater synergy in planning, policy, resources, and evaluation. We will cultivate talent to meet the needs of scientific innovation, industrial innovation, and national strategies, and speed up efforts to build a contingent of personnel with expertise of strategic importance. We will highlight innovation capacity, quality, results, and contribution in evaluation, and deepen the reform of project review, institute assessment, talent evaluation, and income distribution. Fourth, advance the Digital China initiative. We will develop an integrated digital market that is open, shared by all, and safe, and deepen the integration of real economy and digital economy. We will accelerate digital innovation in such fields as AI, ensure effective supply of computing resources, algorithm, and data. We will fully implement the AI Plus action to empower different sectors in an all-round manner. We believe that with our hard work in the following 5 years, China's scientific capabilities will be brought to a new high, and scientific innovation will steer the development of new quality productive forces and high quality development, providing stronger support to Chinese modernization. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yin Hejun. Now I will give the floor to Mr. Wang Wentao to brief you about opening up during the 15th five-year plan period. Friends from the press, good morning. I will give a brief opening remarks on opening remarks. There is a specific chapter in the communiqué of the plenum on expanding higher standard opening up. It shows that the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, attaches great importance to opening up and sends out the strong signal that China is committed to opening up and win-win cooperation. Let me share with you the following points. First, opening up is an important instrument to promote reform and development. Over the years, our reform and opening up has been mutually reinforcing. We have kept reducing barriers to the flow of factors at or beyond the border, and steadily expanded institutional opening up. China leads the world in trading goods for 8 consecutive years, and its volume of trading services exceeded $1 trillion last year. We have completed, and China has been among the top 3 countries in terms of outbound investment. Higher standard opening up has become a robust driver for China's economic development. Second, opening up is a broad pathway to develop ourselves and contribute to the world. In 2024, China was the major trading partner of over 150 countries and regions. During the 14th five-year plan period, China's import of goods and services will be more than $15 trillion. China's outbound investment has been translated into over $300 billion of tax payments of recipient countries, created large amount of job opportunities, and contributed to local industrialization and modernization. Higher standard opening up has become a great cause that benefits both China and the wider world. Third, opening up is a resolute decision that is in line with the overall trend and will help us to sail forward. Despite the rise of unilateralism and protectionism, economic globalization remains the prevailing trend of history. China is firmly committed to expanding opening up. We have ensured continued success of the China International Import Expo, rolled out experiments for opening up in pilot free trade zones, and declared that as a responsible major developing country, China will not seek new special and differential treatment in current and future negotiations at the WTO. China has promoted opening up by all through its own opening up and injected certainty and positive energy to the world. As for the work related to the opening up in the 15th five-year plan period, the recommendations have laid out plans in 4 aspects. First, we will take the initiative to open wider. Our opening up meets both China's needs and the world's aspiration. We will take proactive steps to align with high-standard international economic and trade rules, prioritize the service sector, and expand market access in areas of opening up. To enlarge the circle of friends in economy and trade, we will make faster progress in regional and bilateral trade and investment agreements and expand the network of high-standard free trade areas. We will build hubs of opening up and ensure successful pilot experiments. Second, we will promote innovative trade development. The recommendations laid out plans for the 3 pillars of turning China into a trader of equality, that is, trading goods in services and digital trade. In terms of trading goods, we will expand trading intermediate goods and green trade, promote market diversification and integration of domestic and foreign trade. In terms of trading services, we will improve the negative list system for cross-border trading services. In terms of digital trade, we will expand opening up in the digital sector in an orderly fashion. At the same time, we will better coordinate import and export to strike a balance between them. We will further increase import to meet the needs of industrial transformation and upgrading and people's aspiration for a better life. Third, we will broaden the space for two-way investment cooperation. We will burnish the credentials of Invest in China, forge new strengths in attracting foreign investment, ensure both market access and operational facilitation to foreign investors, and foster a transparent, stable, and predictable institutional and business environment. We will conduct effective management of outbound investment, improve the comprehensive service system overseas, and guide a reasonable and orderly cross-border layout of industrial and supply chains. We will take into account both GDP and GNI, emphasize both the Chinese economy and the economy of the Chinese. Fourth, we will promote high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. The BRI is not a one-man show, but a symphony. We will seek greater synergy of strategies with partner countries, advance major landmark projects, and small and beautiful livelihood programs in a coordinated manner, deepen practical trade, investment, industrial, and cultural cooperation, and expand green, digital, and AI cooperation, among others. General Secretary Xi Jinping underlined that we used to be followers in opening up. Now we need to be pace setters. We will ensure the implementation of the decisions and plans of the recommendations, further expand higher standard opening up, and broaden the space for Chinese modernization. I will stop here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wang Wentao. Now I'll have Mr. Lei Haichao to brief you on the healthcare and population development during the 15th five-year plan period. Friends from the media, good morning. It is a great pleasure to brief you on the healthcare, public health, and population development. General Secretary Xi Jinping stressed that people's health is an important hallmark of socialist modernization. The 20th CPC National Congress set out the goal of building a healthy China by 2035. This is a historic task with a promising future. The third plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee identified the development strategy of putting health first, and this fourth plenary session made further arrangements on speeding up the development of healthy China and promoting high-quality population development. It fully demonstrates the great importance that the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, attaches to people's health and high-quality population development. Friends, you may have seen that since the start of the 14th five-year plan period, we've made a lot of progress. We've put in place the world's largest health medical service system, disease prevention and control system, and healthcare system. During the 14th five-year plan period, we have weathered the COVID pandemic and created this miracle for a populous country to emerge from a major pandemic. People's lives have been improving. By 2024, China's average life expectancy reached 79 years. Among developing countries, this is a quite impressive achievement. Looking back, we have full confidence, and looking into the future, we have every reason to believe there will be a brighter future. At the same time, in public health and population development, there are still problems of imbalance and inadequate development, and a lot needs to be done to better meet people's need in terms of accessing medical services and others. So we are promoting the well-rounded development of the people and made the recommendations made further arrangements on public health and population development. In terms of building a healthy China, the following arrangements are made. First, promoting the coordinated development of public health and economic and social development. We'll implement the party's public health work plans in the new era and incorporate health in all policies and let people contribute and share in the benefits. The recommendations set out the strategy of putting health first, improving the policy system of promoting health, increasing the efficacy of the patriotic health campaigns, and increasing the average life expectancy and people's health. That means in the coming 5 years, in planning, in public spending, and in health efficacy, we need to give priority to those areas. Second, coordinating security and development and providing strong safeguards for economic and social development. The recommendations stress the need to enhance public health capacity building to prevent major epidemics, strengthen the comprehensive prevention and control of chronic diseases, and raise the capacity of first aid, blood support, and emergency response. Also, we need to step up mental health and related services. Third, we need to provide equitable, accessible, systematic, continuous, quality, and efficient healthcare services for the people. The recommendations made it clear that we will improve the mechanisms for the coordinated development and governance of healthcare, medical insurance, and the pharmaceutical industry, and promote tiered diagnosis and treatment. We will deepen the reform of public hospitals with a focus on serving public welfare and strengthening operational support for district, county level and primary level medical institutions. And we will optimize the functional positioning and layout of medical institutions, implement a capacity building project for the healthcare system, and promote the innovation of traditional Chinese medicine, and we will step up the operation support for district county level and optimize the functional positioning and layout of medical institutions. We will have a capacity building project for the healthcare system and promote the inheritance and innovation of traditional Chinese medicine and support the development of innovative drugs and medical services. In promoting high-quality population development, we will focus on the following key tasks. First, building a childbearing friendly society. The recommendations has called for fostering a proactive approach towards marriage and childbearing, optimizing fertility support policies and incentives, leveraging the role of measures such as child-rearing subsidies, expanding pilot subsidy programs for infant and child care services, and also the tax deduction system. We will develop the infant child care and preschool services to lessen the burden of families in raising kids. We will improve and implement maternity insurance and maternity leave systems and enhance health services for women and children. Second, we will ensure well-being for the elderly. We will improve policy mechanisms for the coordinated development of elderly care programs and industries, optimize the supply of basic elderly care services, develop integrated elderly and medical care services, improve the care system for seniors who are disabled or living with dementia, and expand the provision of rehabilitation, nursing, and hospice care services. Third, we will empower the elderly to remain economically active. We will prudently implement a gradual, flexible, and differentiated approach to pushing back the statutory retirement age, optimize policies on age restrictions in employment and social security, actively develop human resources among the elderly, and expand the silver economy. Healthcare efforts must focus on both senior care and maternal and child care. It also needs to provide comprehensive services to the entire population, including prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation, so as to lay a solid foundation of health and population for Chinese modernization. Thank you. Thank you. I now give the floor to Mr. Jiang Jinquan to brief you on enhancing party leadership. Thank you. To uphold and strengthen the overall leadership of the party is the fundamental guarantee for advancing Chinese modernization. The recommendations made a series of strategic arrangements on upholding and strengthening the overall leadership of the party and fostering a political atmosphere of integrity. First, improving the mechanism for implementing the major decisions and arrangements of the party Central Committee to ensure smooth pass-through of policies and effective implementation on the ground. We will continually unify our thinking, our will, and actions with the innovative theories of the party. We will further develop intra-party democracy, improve and implement democratic centralism, and make sure decisions are made on a sound, democratic, and rule of law basis. This is key to keeping to the right direction in development, enhancing synergy for development, effectively responding to various risks and challenges, and ensuring the sound and sustained economic and social development. Second, adhering to the principle of employing the right people, we must give top priority to political criteria, establish and practice a correct view of political achievements, improve the mechanism for assessing and evaluating officials, and transfer those who are incompetent in their current positions. We will promote the normalization of mobility mechanisms for officials to be promoted or demoted. We will strengthen education, training, and practical experience to to enhance the capability of officials in driving modernization. By combining strict oversight with care and incentives with constraints, we will stimulate the internal drive and overall vitality of officials. These are effective measures for cultivating and selecting officials who are ready to undertake responsibilities and achieve effectiveness and success, and for motivating officials to demonstrate initiative and creativity. Third, we will advance the development of primary-level party organizations in all fields in a coordinated way, enhance their political and organizational functions, and give play to the vanguard and exemplary role of party members. This is an inherent requirement for strengthening the capacity of primary-level party organizations in all fields to provide leadership in primary-level governance, serve the people, and advance reform and opening up. Fourth, we have made unyielding efforts to implement the Central Committee's 8-point decision on conduct, tackled pointless formalities, bureaucratism, hedonism, and extravagance, and fostered regular and long-term mechanisms for improving conduct. We have worked to address pointless formalities to ease the burden on those working the ground. These are important measures for consolidating and expanding what has been achieved in our efforts to study and implement the Central Committee's 8-point decision and for rallying public support for development through good conduct. Fifth, we refine the party and state oversight systems and improve tighter norms and oversight over the allocation and operation of power. We demonstrated strong persistence in the fight against corruption on the journey. We will advance our efforts to see that officials do not have the audacity, opportunity, or desire to commit corruption in an integrated manner. We mounted a successful campaign against corruption that was well received, thorough, enduring, and resolute to make sure there's zero tolerance for corruption. Thank you. The floor is now open to questions. Please identify your media affiliation before asking a question.
With CCTV, there is another 10 years before 2035 when China is expected to have basically realized socialist modernization. There are another 10 years. The people have high hopes for that, and there's a lot of attention from within and outside China. In this process, how important are the 5 years of the 15th five-year plan? Realizing socialist modernization is a historic process of gradual and ongoing development. After the 18th Party Congress, under the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, we have achieved moderate prosperity across China and realized the first centenary goal. The 20th Party Congress laid down a two-step strategy to realize the second centenary goal of building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects. And the first step is to basically realize socialist modernization by 2035, which requires unrelenting efforts across 3 5-year plan periods, from the 14th to the 16th. The 15th is a crucial period as we work to reinforce the foundations and push ahead on all fronts toward basically achieving socialist modernization. It will serve as a key link between the past and the future. There's only 10 years from now to 2035. We can only have greater initiative if we do a good job in the first 5 years. We must have a sense of urgency and mission, make scientific plans for socio-economic development in the next 5 years, and seize the period of time to reinforce and expand our advantages, break bottlenecks, shore up weak links, and make key breakthroughs in the strategic tasks concerning the overall picture of Chinese modernization. Particularly in the socio-economic development field, we need to reinforce the foundations and push ahead on all fronts. We will strive for major progress in pursuing effective improvement of quality and reasonable growth in quantity in the economic field, fully unleash growth potentials, and strive to move from a middle-income country toward a medium-level developed country. We will strive for major breakthroughs in developing new quality productive forces, speed up fostering new growth drivers, and strengthen new growth engines. We will work to fully upgrade both the supply and demand side structures, improve the people's living standard while promoting consumer spending, and coordinate investment in physical assets and human capital, and shape a growth model that is driven more by domestic demand, consumption, and other internal forces. We will strive for coordinated progress in economic and social development, improve the people's quality of life through high-quality development, and address the pressing needs of the people. In this way, we will expand the space of development through meeting the people's needs. We will strive for major progress in the full green transition in socio-economic development, foster a new type of energy system, build a strong country in energy, and deliver on the Beautiful China initiative. We will strive to strengthen domestic economic flow, better connect domestic and international economic circulation, better coordinate development and security, and underpin the new development paradigm with a new security paradigm. To meet the people's expectations, to navigate the changing international landscape, it is vital to focus on managing our own affairs and remain steadfast in promoting high-quality development and in comprehensively deepening reform and expanding high-standard opening up. Certainty in our own high-quality development is the best response to the uncertainty in the changing external environment. It is the key to seizing the strategic initiative in the intense international competition and sustaining the twin miracles of rapid economic growth and long-term social stability on the new journey of the new era. Thank you.
Hong Kong Taikong Wenwei. This year is the last year for implementing the 14th five-year plan. Now, how about the implementation of the tasks and objectives in the plan? Can you give us more information? I'll have Mr. Jia Jingquan to take this question. Thank you. The 14th five-year plan period is the first 5 years of the new journey to build a modern socialist country in all respects, which has marked a momentous and extraordinary period in our country's development. The CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has united and the entire party and the Chinese people of all ethnic groups and led them in meeting challenges head-on and forging ahead with determination. This has allowed us to withstand the severe shocks from a once-in-a-century COVID-19 pandemic, respond effectively to many major risks and challenges, and secured significant achievements in the cause of the party and the country. The recommendations reviewed the achievements from 11 areas, and let me give you a brief account. First, the economy made progress while maintaining stability, and solid steps have been taken in pursuing high-quality development. This has been covered by the previous colleagues. While the Chinese economy continues to take the lead among major economies, we expect that this year China's GDP will reach 140 trillion RMB. So years ago, we crossed the 100, 110, 120, 130 trillion marks, and our per capita will exceed the world average. China remains a key engine driving world economic growth, and I would say that China's economy is thriving with unparalleled momentum. Second, sci-tech innovation has produced fruitful outcomes, and new quality productive forces are growing steadily. The percentage of total R&D spending and basic research spending both reached a record high. We have more than 500,000 high-tech companies, and China is now home to 26 of the world's top 100 science and technology innovation clusters. Third, we further advanced comprehensively deepening reform and steadily widening widened high standard opening up, the institutional and systemic obstacles holding back high-quality development are being removed. New systems for a higher standard open economy are taking shape at a faster pace. High-quality Belt and Road cooperation is making solid progress. The development of free trade zones is gaining speed. All these provide new opportunities and new space for economic and social development. China is a firm supporter and promoter of economic globalization. Fourth, solid progress has been made in ensuring and improving people's well-being, with the achievements in poverty alleviation being consolidated and expanded. More than 12 million urban jobs are created annually, and residents' income have grown in step with economic growth. The world's largest education, healthcare, and social security systems have been further enhanced. The retention rate of 9-year compulsory education, along with the coverage rate of basic old age insurance and basic medical insurance, has all reached approximately 95%. Fifth, the transition to green and low-carbon economy has accelerated, leading to continuous improvement in ecological and environmental quality. China has established the world's largest carbon emission trading market and clean power supply system. Water consumption per 10,000 yuan of GDP dropped to 50 cubic meters, and the forest coverage rate across the country has increased to over 25%. The country has contributed 1/4 of the world's new green coverage. The proportion of days with good air quality remains stable at around 87%, reinforcing the green foundation of our development. Now China is emerging as a global leader in green development. Sixth, national security capabilities have been effectively enhanced, and the efficacy of social governance has increased. Grain output has remained stable at over 650 million metric tons, while ensuring stable energy supply and mitigating related risks have been strengthened. The resilience and security of industrial and supply chains have improved steadily, and critical progress has been made in the battle to prevent and diffuse financial risks. China has become one of the countries with the lowest crime rate and the highest sense of public security in the world. The vision of a safe China has become a reality. Furthermore, whole process people's democracy was advanced, and the law-based governance of China was implemented effectively. Cultural endeavors in the cultural industry flourished, offering a diverse range of intellectual and cultural products. Major strides were made in national defense and military development. The practice of one country, two systems was deepened. Diplomacy with distinctive Chinese features was fully expanded. The party's self-governance was enforced fully and rigorously with notable success, as the fight against corruption intensified and the party's creativity, cohesion, and leadership capability were significantly enhanced. The major achievements have laid a solid foundation for development during the 15th five-year plan period. These achievements are possible because we have the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, taking the helm and steering the course, and the sound guidance of Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era. During the 15th five-year plan period, as long as we acquire a deep understanding of the decisive significance of establishing Comrade Xi Jinping's core position on the Party Central Committee and in the party as a whole, rally more closely around Party Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, keep to the right direction, follow sound principles, promote the pioneer spirit to confront challenges, and seize the historic initiative, we will be able to continue open up new prospects for Chinese modernization. Thank you.
With TASS News Agency, China has kept increasing its inputs in science and technology and has made fast progress in AI. What are China's targets in developing AI, and how do you ensure the effective use of R&D investments? Mr. Ying Hejun will take this question. Well, thank you for your question. You asked two questions. One is about scientific investment, and the other is about AI. On scientific investment, prioritizing and increasing scientific input is a common understanding of all countries, developed ones in particular. The Chinese government also attaches great importance to it. Since the 18th Party Congress, China has made fast progress in the total volume and intensity of scientific input. We have adopted a four-pronged approach, leveraged the system of mobilizing resources nationwide to make scientific investment more effective. First, we have strengthened resources coordination to meet the needs of national strategies. In key sectors and areas, we have implemented a number of major scientific projects and pushed for breakthroughs in core technologies in key fields. We have increased input in basic research and encouraged original innovation to provide support to high-quality development. Second, we have diversified input and increased the supply of scientific resources. We have further raised fiscal input, encouraged enterprises to increase R&D investment, developed scientific financing, and encouraged private investment in innovation. Third, we have enhanced supervision management and performance evaluation to ensure the effective use of resources. We have strengthened the supervision of scientific funding, optimized the categorized evaluation system, and promoted the sharing of scientific resources so that their effects can be maximized. On AI, the Chinese government attaches great importance to the development of AI and has made sustained efforts to create a conducive innovation ecology for faster development of AI. First, new breakthroughs have been made in AI innovation. We have strengthened strategic research and technological development of AI. In large-scale AI models and humanoid robots, we have yielded outcomes of international influence. Second, the industrial scale and quality of AI has grown rapidly. By the end of 2024, the number of AI enterprises has been over 4,500. As the industry expands, an industrial ecology of coordinated innovation is being formed at a faster pace. Third, AI has greatly empowered economic and social development. AI Plus has been deeply integrated in manufacturing, finance, healthcare, and other important sectors, becoming new growth engines. Moving forward, we will earnestly implement the decisions and plans of the recommendations and step up efforts on the top-level design and systematic planning of AI in the 15th five-year plan period. First, we will strengthen basic research and push for breakthroughs in core technologies in key fields, focus on new algorithms and chips with high-end computing resources to consolidate the foundation of AI development. Second, we will implement the AI Plus action, promote the integration of AI with technological innovation, industrial development, consumption upgrading, and people's welfare. Third, we will strengthen AI governance, improve relevant laws, regulations, policies, institutes, application rules, and ethics, and optimize the governance mechanisms. Fourth, we will promote international exchanges and cooperation and make AI an international public good that benefits all. We will work together to build a global AI governance system to meet global challenges together. Thank you.
With Economic Daily, in recent years, China has become a key engine of global economic growth, and there's wide interest in the prospects of the Chinese economy. The recommendations underlined improving the efficacy of macroeconomic governance and implementing more proactive macro policies. How will you coordinate the policies on industry, regional development, consumption, and investment in the 15th five-year plan period so that macro policies work in a consistent direction and create a synergy for high-quality development? Thank you for the question. This is something that we'll be thinking about all the time. During the 15th five-year plan period, we will earnestly implement the recommendations on macroeconomic governance and perform our duty as a Department of Macro Management and Economic Policy Coordination. We will focus on 3 priority areas: strengthen overall coordination and balance, and ensure that the macro policies work in the same direction and form synergy. First, expand policy space. During the 14th five-year plan period, China's GDP broke the threshold of 100 trillion yuan in 2020, and then climbed another few steps. And this year, like Mr. Jiang Jingquan said just now, China's GDP is expected to reach around 140 trillion yuan this year. There has been a constant increase of quality output and an accumulation of quality asset. General Secretary Xi Jinping vividly compared the Chinese economy to a big ocean. There is broad space for macroeconomic governance in China. During the 15th five-year plan period, we will make full use of the strength of the Chinese economy, expand the space of macro policies, and strengthen the synergy between the flow of people, goods, capital, and information. We will fully leverage existing resources, improve the quality of growth, and raise efficiency to address various risks and challenges more effectively. Second, apply new tools of governance. During the 14th five-year plan period, under the scientific guidance of Xi Jinping's thought on the economy, government departments have worked closer together and strengthened coordination among fiscal, monetary, industrial, investment, employment, consumption, price, and regional policies, gaining rich experience. During the 15th five-year plan period, we will act on the principles set out in the recommendations, apply new policy tools, improve government behavior, prevent inappropriate intervention, and fully leverage the role of market mechanisms. We will take market-oriented and law-based actions in a flexible and timely way. Where market fails, we will curb the race-to-the-bottom type of price wars and serious defaults of corporate payments. The purpose is to ensure both a vibrant market and good government regulation. At the same time, we will find new ways and methods of work, deliver a combo effect in major strategies, plans, reforms, policies, and projects. Communicate properly with micro-entities and the general public to address their questions and doubts, ensure that policies respond to the call of the market, and smoothen the last mile of policy implementation to make policies effective and accessible. Third, strengthen consistency in the orientation of macro policies. There is a lot of interest in the assessment of consistency of macro policy orientations. We will continue this work on the new policies during the 15th five-year plan period, strengthen the synergy between economic and non-economic policies, and enhance consistency between non-economic policies in the areas of different fields. Meanwhile, existing policies will also be included in the assessment. We will choose existing policies in some areas regularly to be assessed. Those that are inconsistent with the macro policy orientation will undergo timely adjustment, suspension, revocation, or termination in accordance with procedures, so as to improve the overall efficacy of macroeconomic governance. Thank you.
Beijing time, Many families, they have elderly and children who need medical service, and there are also families and friends traveling all the way to big cities. And people want to access good quality medical services in their own communities and cities. So during the 14th five-year plan period, what new measures will be taken in this regard? Well, thank you for this question. I think this is a question on the minds of many people. This is also the goal for our future work in the 15th five-year plan period. For the next 5 years, in keeping with the research and based on our comprehensive national strength, our goal is that to extend the average life expectancy from 79 to 80, to around 80. So this would be important in meeting people's wish for a better life. It will be a hallmark and a reflection of the high-quality development on all fronts, and we are confident about realizing that goal. And to do that, we need to make the following efforts. First, the direction should be shifted toward a health-centered approach, aiming to reduce the incidence of illness and improve public health. We encourage the government at all levels, the whole society, and individuals to embrace the principle of putting prevention first. Health priority should be established as a top goal in economic and social development. We will enhance the department coordination and efficient service regulation guided by health promotion. The Healthy China Initiative and the Patriotic Health Campaign will be vigorously carried out. We will develop family doctor service and raise people's awareness so that people's health literacy will rise gradually and our knowledge about health can be accessible or can be disseminated to every household, and every person will take the initiative in protecting health. The dangerous factors need to be controlled and contained. The factors like weight, blood pressure, blood fat, and blood pressure all needs to be managed and paid attention to, so as to have a healthier life. And second, the service model will emphasize a seamless continuum of care to reduce the incidence of severe illness and ensure timely recovery. We'll focus on chronic diseases such as cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases, cancer, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes, and we will improve the service system for early screening, diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation. We will strengthen the simultaneous prevention, treatment, and management of multiple diseases. In terms of prevention, there will be more targeted intervention, and we'll have a multidisciplinary cross-area cooperation, and we need to have continuous service in terms of management, we need to have long-term health checkups so that there will be an integrated system. To meet people's needs for easier access to medical service, we need to reconfigure within hospitals and between hospitals. We will have the re-diagnosis and referral mechanism so that the professionals can better help the patients plan the procedure of visiting a doctor. And third, the healthcare system service will emphasize public welfare and equity to make medical services more accessible and more efficient. The suggestions contain that we need to have a coordinated development of healthcare, health insurance, and the pharmaceutical industry. We will promote the experience from Sanming of Fujian. So the model is defined by a reform philosophy. They have 4 pieces of experience. The first one is a reform philosophy of upholding party leadership, maintaining public welfare, and adhering to a people-centered stance. And a reform style of confronting challenges head-on with determined innovation, and a reform rhythm of adapting to local conditions and pursuing continuous iteration and upgrading, and closely aligning with local socio-economic development to provide appropriate services and sustainable protection for the people. So these 4 pieces of experience would be very important and highly relevant for the different localities to draw upon. And for first, second tier and primary level medical institutions, we have also been improving the system. We have been studying the Tier 2 medical institution. The focus will be on directing personnel and services to the grassroots level, fostering supportive collaboration between institutions at all levels, and enhance the competence of conduct of healthcare teams. These efforts will drive more significant progress towards the goal of ensuring that major illnesses are treated within the province and minor ailments are addressed in primary care settings. So more progress will be made in the tiered medical institution structure.
Well, thank you for your question. In March this year, when meeting with representatives of the international business community, General Secretary Xi Jinping fully recognized the important role of foreign investment and stressed China's firm commitment to expanding opening up. In the 14th five-year plan period, in terms of China's use of foreign investment, the first feature is a stable volume. The volume of paid foreign investment is over $720 billion in cumulative terms, and an addition of 240,000 foreign companies were set up. China has remained a major destination of foreign investment. The second feature is high quality. High-tech industries attracted over one-third of foreign investment. A number of landmark projects in auto, healthcare, and telecommunication sectors were launched in China, and a great number of transnational companies have placed their headquarters and R&D centers in China. Moving forward, whether it is about opening up or attracting investment, we will not engage in zero-sum games that serve no one's interest, but will pursue win-win cooperation and common development. We will mainly work on two fronts. First, we will fully harness the strengths of China's vast markets. China has a population of over 1.4 billion, and this middle-income group will be larger than 800 million in over 10 years. This means great market potential. We will vigorously boost consumption, advance the initiative of shopping in China, and invigorate consumption of both goods and services. We will develop new quality productive forces at a faster pace, promote the development of AI, biotechnology, and new energy, to turn China's vast market into a test field and application field of innovation that generates profit. We will build high-standard market system, foster a world-class business environment that is market-oriented, law-based, and internationalized. Many transnational companies told us that they believe investing in China is not just an option, but a default option. Second, we will turn China's vast market into great opportunities for the world. We often say that foreign companies are not guests, but members of our family. China's vast market also means opportunities for foreign companies. For example, in the trading programs for automobiles, we have fully implemented national treatment. The sales of foreign invested brands accounted for one-third of the total. We will make early rather than late and fast rather than slow progress, and further lower the access threshold. The opening up of the service sector will be a priority, and we will expand opening up pilots in telecommunication, biotechnology, and completely foreign invested hospitals, and open the education and culture sectors wider. We will continue to improve services, hold roundtables for foreign companies, turn the list of needs by foreign companies into our list of services, burnish the credentials of investing in China, so that foreign investors want to come to China, will stay in China, and can grow well in China, and share China's development opportunities. The economic and trade relationship between China and the U.S. has attracted wide attention. As has been stressed by General Secretary Xi Jinping, dialogue and cooperation is the only right choice for China and the U.S. As a responsible major country, China has always opposed decoupling or disrupting industrial and supply chains, and firmly upheld safe and stable global industrial and supply chains. The 4 rounds of China-U.S. economic and trade consultations fully prove that on the basis of mutual respect and equal consultation, China and the U.S. can find a solution to address each other's concerns, a correct way of coexistence, and ensure the sound, steady, and sustained development of China-U.S. relations. Thank you. Next question, please. With Zhejiang Daily, to steer the development of new quality productive forces with science-tech innovation is a significant measure of the CPC Central Committee and an important part of the 15th five-year plan period. In fostering and developing new quality productive forces, what will be the main considerations and plans? Well, thank you for your question. science-tech innovation can boost new industries, new models, and new growth drivers. It is a core part of developing new quality productive forces. The Fourth Plenum of the 20th CPC Central Committee has laid out clear planning for steering the development of new quality productive forces with science-tech innovation. In a 15th five-year plan period, we'll vigorously implement the strategy of innovation-driven development, make faster progress in major science-tech innovation tasks, deeply integrate technological and industrial innovation, and raise total factor productivity to provide strong impetus to developing new quality productive forces and realizing high-quality development. First, we will continue to increase high-quality science-tech supply. We will coordinate national strategy and economic and social development needs, move faster to deploy and implement major national science-tech projects, advance basic research of strategic importance in an organized manner, strengthen innovation of critical generic technology, frontier technology, modern engineering technology, and disruptive technology. Strengthen the guarantee of basic scientific conditions at home. Coordinate national strategic scientific strengths and step up efforts to produce a number of major landmark innovative outcomes. Second, we will support the development of a modern industrial system. We will coordinate technological innovation and industrial innovation, promote seamless synergy of innovation and industrial chains, nurture emergent sectors in such fields as new generation communication technology and AI, develop sectors of the future in such areas as quantum technology and biotechnology, and take a leading position in technologies and industries of the future. We will use digital technology to transform and upgrade traditional industries and promote smart and green transformation of industries toward higher ends. Third, we will comprehensively deepen institutional reform. We will enhance policy coordination and promote synergy between science and technology and taxation, finance, industry, education, and human resources. We will improve the organization mechanism of major scientific tasks and promote systemic, institutionalized, and coordinated development of science and technology, innovation resources, and the workforce. We will reinforce the principal role of enterprises in innovation and move faster to nurture leading high-tech companies. We will deepen reform of ownership of job-related scientific outcomes and separate asset management. We will establish a discipline adjustment mechanism and talent nurturing model on the basis of the needs of scientific innovation, industrial development, and national strategy. We will put in place a scientific financial system conducive to innovation. Fourth, we will develop new quality productive forces tailored to local specialties. We will strengthen the macro guidance and coordination of local scientific innovation and industrial planning so that localities will forge scientific capabilities and industrial features based on their resource endowment and realize differentiated development. We will enhance cross-region innovation and industrial coordination, develop world-class industrial clusters. We will encourage localities where conditions are in place to carry out institutional innovation for integrated scientific and industrial innovation and form cradles of original innovation and hubs of scientific innovation.
Thank you for the question. After the 18th Party Congress, under the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, we have won an unprecedented victory against poverty and eliminated absolute poverty. It was a miracle that will go down in human history and made enormous contribution to global poverty reduction and provided confidence and a sample for global South countries seeking to get rid of poverty. We allocated a 5-year period from 2021 to 2025 to transition from poverty alleviation consolidation to rural revitalization, which helps solidifying and sustaining the results of poverty alleviation. The 15th five-year plan period is a new stage as the transition period ends and normalized support begins. The Fourth Plenum proposed establishing regularized mechanisms to prevent relapse into poverty. It means to serve the overarching task of Chinese modernization, we will provide normalized support as part of the rural revitalization strategy to ensure zero occurrence of massive relapse into poverty. Specifically, we will first establish and improve the policy system of regularized support. The policy system in the 5-year transition period has proved strong and effective. From now on, we will keep the system stable in general and make small readjustments. The policies on fiscal input, financial support, and resource allocation will remain largely stable. The responsibility will remain on 5 levels of party secretaries. Practices that worked will continue, including East-West collaboration and paired assistance from departments of the central government. And there will be appropriate fine-tuning in light of real situations to increase policy efficacy. Second, we will support accelerated development in underdeveloped regions. These regions are the main theater for preventing impoverishment. During the transition period, the central government identified 160 key support recipient counties for the sake of rural revitalization, and provincial governments also designated their own priority recipients. Going forward, we will continue giving long-term support to underdeveloped regions, with the central and provincial governments taking responsibilities at different levels and providing multi-tiered and categorized support. We will help grow industries that make the people rich, develop county-level economies, and improve infrastructure and public services in rural areas so as to further narrow the urban-rural gap and strengthen the base for preventing poverty. Third, monitor the need for support in more timely and targeted way. People say that fortune is fickle. In case major diseases or natural disasters hit, we will identify, intervene, and support the rural households in need at an early time and provide targeted, timely relief. We will set up and strengthen regularized monitoring systems, identify relief recipients with precision, and make regular adjustment in light of the changing situation. Those who have the ability to work will be given better industrial and employment support so that they can make a good living on their own. Those who do not will be given social aid and other supporting measures to ensure their basic livelihood. We must see that people in the rural areas live better lives and embrace the better future of Chinese modernization together. Thank you. In the interest of time, we will take one more question. With China Daily. Mr. Zheng Shanjie just shared the objectives and tasks for building a modern industrial system in the 15th five-year plan period. When it comes to the green transition of key industries and low-carbon transition of the energy mix, what specific measures will be introduced? Since you referred to Mr. Zheng Shanjie, I will have him answer your question. Thank you for the question. At the UN Climate Change Summit last month, General Secretary Xi Jinping announced to the world China's new round of nationally determined contributions, or NDCs. The recommendations addressed the accelerated green transition in all respects of social economic development and industrial and energy transition, which you mentioned, is a top priority. How to realize green transition faster? Our understanding is that we should be driven by the carbon peaking and carbon neutrality targets and speed up 4 areas of work. First, build and implement faster a dual control system that limits both carbon emissions aggregate and intensity. This dual system applied to the energy consumption. Now it applies to carbon emissions. This is the master control. The recommendations proposed a steady implementation of systems like subnational carbon assessment, sectorial carbon control, corporate carbon management, project-specific carbon evaluation, and product-specific carbon print, and to establish and strengthen a system of incentives and restrictions that covers all types of entities. Second, speed up green and low-carbon energy transition. This is the key leverage. We will build faster a new type of energy system. The goal is to meet all new electricity demand with new power generation from clean energy. More green electricity will be transmitted across mountains and seas to power up the whole country. We will focus on 3 areas of work. First, we will develop non-fossil fuels more vigorously. Build clean energy bases faster across the country. Wind and solar power in the northwest, hydropower in the southwest, wind power on the sea, and nuclear power on the coast, and develop new energies like biomass, geothermal, and ocean energy. Secondly, we will promote clean and efficient use of fossil fuels and turn coal-fired power from a basic underpinning source into a supportive and adjustable source. Third, we will build a new type of electrical system more swiftly to ensure that green electricity is easy to generate, transmit, and utilize. Third, speed up green and low-carbon transition of the industrial mix. We will improve the quality of the economy by making industries greener. On the one hand, we will do additions by growing green, low-carbon industries more quickly. According to our estimation, China today has a green and low-carbon industry of about 11 trillion yuan. There is space for this number to double, if not more, in the next 5 years. Particularly during the 15th Five-Year Plan period, we will strive to build around 100 national zero-carbon industrial parks, which will bring enormous space for green industries. On the other hand, we will do subtractions by conserving energy and decarbonizing in key industries. We will take special action to conserve energy and cut emissions in key industries like steel, non-ferrous metals, petrochemicals, and chemical industry, and strive to conserve more than 150 million tons of standard coal and cut CO2 emissions by about 400 million tons. Fourth, speed up green and low-carbon transition in the way of work and life. This is directly concerned with all of us, every one of us, and this is the key to a full green transition. On the way of work, we will further advance clean production, carry out massive upgrade of facilities, vigorously develop the circular economy, and strive to bring the annual use of large solid waste to around 4.5 billion tons by 2030. At the same time, we will speed up energy-saving renovations of buildings and utilities and increase the share of railway and waterway use in cargo transport. On the way of life, we will carry out a nationwide green and low-carbon campaign, advocate the conservation of food, water, and electricity, as well as domestic waste sorting, and promote a green and low-carbon way of life and production. encouraging people to build a beautiful home and a beautiful China through a green way of life. Thank you, presenters, and thank you, all the friends on media. And that concludes the press conference today. Thank you.
Do you mind if we go back toward the park?我还得赶场去。我还得去外交部。I have to go to the park. What do you mean? 小雨叫哦。Hello. Yeah, being again live over. Yeah. There is a slight chance of people being alive. There is a slight chance of the end of the being alive and moving above. That thing was doing alive. And at the end of some and at the end of